It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Okay, we are pleased now to be joined by our race winner of the CarQuest Auto Parts 300, and that is Kyle Busch, driver of the number 32 Dollar General Toyota, his 15th career NASCAR Nationwide Series win, his 4th NASCAR Nationwide Series win of this season. His 3rd time he's been to victory lane at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Kyle, congratulations. Your thoughts about getting to victory lane again here tonight?
Well, it's definitely pretty awesome to be able to be in victory lane again here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. It feels great, but you know, really got to thank Braun Racing and all the guys at Dollar General and Great Clips and Todd Losey and Todd Braun for being such great guys to help support us this year and being able to put us in a race car. So, you know, without them we wouldn't be here, but you know, without all the guys at Braun Racing as well being able to put these things together and build some pretty good race cars, we wouldn't be here either. And so, got to thank them and as well as Toyota and being able to give us some great horsepower tonight. And luckily we had just enough fuel mileage to be able to get there, and you know, really meant a lot to us to win and for everybody here associated with the team.
Okay, let's take questions now for Kyle Busch. If you have one, raise your hand. We've got one on the front row. We'll start here and then we'll work ourselves around. Go ahead.
Mike Neff from FrontStretch.com. Kyle, you had the chance to go to victory lane and have absolutely no controversy around you at all. It was all going on in the pits behind you. What's it like to actually get to be not the center of attention when you win a race?
Well, it's pretty good. I'm happy about that. That's probably the biggest reason why I'm smiling here tonight. But you know, it's just a good, clean run for us. You know, we got back in traffic a couple times and didn't know exactly how good our car was going to be, but we were able to make some moves on the top side and get through traffic. And you know, we never got into anybody. We never ruffled any feathers or nothing. So went to the bottom and made some moves there as well too, and just got up to the front when it counted most there when those guys pitted for fuel at last time. And we had already come a little bit earlier, and we decided we were going to gamble and stretch it a little bit, which ended up paying off for us.
Other questions right here. Jared, you got one? Could we bring Jared a mic, please?
Yeah, Jared Turner, NASCAR scene. Kyle, I was just wondering how confident or not confident you were that the gamble to stay out and not take tires would pay off.
Well, I knew that tires were probably going to be a little bit quicker for a few laps, but eventually they'd equal out. And with the way that the aero dependency is for some reason here, it's just anytime you get out front, and you know, clean air is always better. So for us to have the track position over tires and fuel again when those guys came down, we just knew that if we come down with those guys, we were probably going to finish about 6th, 8th, somewhere in there. You know, but taking the gamble and getting out front and having clean air, we knew that we could probably either win the thing or you know, fade to probably 3rd or 4th. So we knew that either way, we figured staying out was going to be the best scenario for us.
Questions upstairs. Go ahead for Kyle Busch.
Lee Montgomery, NASCAR scene. Kyle, after you had the trouble on the one pit stop there, was that when the decision was made to start to kind of gamble on gas mileage, and were you conserving toward the end of the race?
I was conserving a little bit. There wasn't much to under cautions definitely, but under green racing conditions there wasn't much to do to conserve. You could let out of the gas about 25 feet early, but that was about it. So I was doing that, just trying to save the right front tire a little bit, trying to save a little bit of fuel just to make it to the end and keep my car turning for as long as I could. So you know, it had nothing to do with the pit stop. The guys on pit road today, for some reason, we kept messing up on the right side and not getting the car high enough for the rear tire to either come off or go on. I'm not sure which. Not sure if the jack was bleeding down to where he had it high enough, but then when we tried putting the new one on, it wouldn't go on, or what the deal was. But fortunately, it all paid out right when we had our strategy picked out to where it was, and when we came down and got gas, that final stop, we didn't have to worry about a jack, so we were good.
Other questions upstairs? Clear upstairs. Let's come back down. Go ahead.
Jay Pennell, HardcoreRaceFans.com. Could you talk a little bit about how you go from team to team, series to series, and still be successful with a different group of guys?
I'm fortunate that it's happening this year. Obviously, it's a really good year for me, but you know, it just comes down to communication with the crew chief. You know, we came down here and we tested for a day with with the 32 team during the test, and we had some of it was an engine test, some of it was a chassis test. You know, we got the car handling where I felt like we were pretty good. I didn't feel like that really we could gain much more on it. It was driving really well. And then, you know, when we, I think it was Brian who came back for a second day, and he tested the 10 car for us, and he learned a couple more things. So they incorporated the things that they learned and put them in my car for when we came back. And with myself and Todd working on the thing here Thursday, you know, we really didn't change anything. In the final practice, we went through a couple sway bars, we went through a couple left rear springs, and a couple this and that, just to see what the thing would do, and we ended up going almost back to where we unloaded with. So just a pretty good race car from where we started.
Got a question over here for Kyle.
Hi, Kyle. Reed Spencer with Sporting News. Does it feel at all weird to hire yourself out to another team and end a streak that it's pretty amazing that your primary team has put together?
Yeah, that JGR team's been pretty stout this year, and so I've been fortunate enough to drive their cars a couple times, and it's really been nice to see how fast those things are. But yet, we had our Braun Racing car pretty fast tonight too, and so it sucked that we brought the streak to an end. But I'm glad that at least I guess still it's a JGR driver streak. So you know, we can always say that here for the next few weeks if I can win, or if Joey can win next weekend in his first outing at Dover. So that'd be pretty special. But we'll see how it goes, and hopefully that you know, Toyota can keep their run going here in the Nationwide Series.
Okay, we're also joined now by our crew chief of tonight's winning race team. That's Todd Losey, crew chief of the number 32 Dollar General Toyota. Todd, what was the view like up top the pit box tonight?
It looked good most of the night, you know, and Kyle went out there and led, and once we got out front we thought we were pretty good, and we knew we were short on fuel, and we had a stop that wasn't so good, and kind of got us in position to do what we did, you know, and so a little bit of luck on our side, but you know, Kyle did a good job, and the car was fast, and fuel was right, so here we are.
Question upstairs for Todd or Kyle. Go ahead. Getting the mic to him. Hang on a second.
Okay, Lee Montgomery, NASCAR Scene. Todd, Trent Owens is usually the crew chief on the 32. Why were you in that position tonight and he was on the 10? What was going on there?
When we run a third car at Braun Racing, we switch the 10 and the 32 because Vickers runs in the 10, and he would have a past champion in case something happened in qualifying. He'd be in the show guaranteed. You know, if you had a flat tire or you know, blew a motor or something like that, and that car's guaranteed in, and then you know, just ensures we're in the show.
And you know, what is it like to be back on top of the pit box?
I never really left. I usually stay with the 38 when we're here racing. I still go every weekend and stuff, and you know, I like it. I like racing, I like making calls like that, and you know, that's why I do it.
All clear upstairs. Anything else downstairs before we let these two guys go? All right, guys, congratulations. Another victory lane for Kyle Busch.